No, I got bad.
We got everybody here. I haven't used that in a while. All right, everybody ready to commence the city council meeting? We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for the October 3rd, 2022 City Council meeting in Credit River. Does anybody want to approve or make changes to the agenda tonight?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Cindy.
based on the action at the Planning Commission immediately previous to this meeting, I'd recommend pulling item 3.1
.1.
from the agenda so that we can discuss the resolution and the conditions.
And you're saying you're good with it just being in general business for tonight?
Correct.
Okay, so we'll move 3.1 Fox Estate preliminary and final plat to 6.1. Okay. Anybody else have any other changes they'd like to make tonight?
No.
Then we'll take a motion to approve the agenda for tonight's meeting.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make that motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Thank you, Al.
Second.
Thank you, Brent. Motion is second to approve the amended agenda for the tonight's city council meeting. All in favor, say aye. Anybody opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Next up, sheriff's report. Marshall, I see you hanging around here somewhere. Well, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well. Jeff kind of sprung this on me at the last second, so
I thought you
He's,
were his supervisor.
I am. So
Oh.
I only know the 10,000 foot view stuff, right? There are some things that I'm gonna have to talk to you about, some things that we have going on, but other than
Yeah.
that, County Road 27 looks like it's coming along nicely. We've definitely had a lot less reports and concerns out there, so that looks like it's gonna wrap up. Other than that, it has actually been a pretty nice quiet month. It's nice that we're not over by the Renaissance Festival. So,
No kidding, huh?
yeah.
Hate to have to deal with that traffic.
Do you guys have any
Quite some-
questions?
Anybody have any questions for Deputy Knight?
No.
Marshall, I think we're good.
Yeah, well,
So
great.
I appreciate you coming
Yeah.
in, stepping in for Jeff, and,
Yeah, not a problem.
appreciate what you do out there, and we hope you stay safe.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
Thanks, Marshall. All right, next up will be consent agenda. Those items on the council agenda, which are considered routine, non-controversial, are included as part of the consent agenda. Unless a council member specifically requests an item on the consent agenda be removed and considered separately, items on the consent agenda are considered under one motion, a second, and a vote. Any item removed from the consent agenda shall be placed at the end of general business. Tonight on the consent agenda, we have resolution 2022-30, adopting the assessment roll for the 2022 overlay project. We have approval of a reduction of the letter of credit for the ranch of Credit River. And then we have item number 3 is Mark's Bobcat snow plowing quote for the city hall. Is there anything on the consent agenda tonight that somebody would like to pull and discuss separately? Otherwise, I would take a motion then to approve our consent agendas for tonight.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you, Leroy. Thank you, Al. Motion is second to approve consent agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Open forum. The public forum is intended to afford the public an opportunity to address concerns to the council. The public forum will be no longer than 30 minutes in length, and each presenter will have no more than 5 minutes to speak. Topics of discussion are restricted to local governmental topics rather than private or political agendas. The council may discuss but will not take formal action on public forum presentations. Commissioner Wolf, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members, everybody. Tom Wolf, Scott County Commissioner. Just a couple of things since the deputy mentioned 27. Jake, the managing supervisor out there, said still they're looking at the 15th or sooner. The contract says the 20th. So he thinks it might be sooner than that, but it looks great though. I mean, it's gonna be nice. So, and he brought up the Renaissance Festival, and so oh my God.
You're on. You were on.
He brought up the Renaissance, and boy, they had some problems there the last 3 weeks. I think they lost 1 or 2 parking lots of about 5,000 spaces, which they didn't tell anybody about. People couldn't get in and park. There was 4-hour backups. People were like getting out of the car, going to the bathroom, both kinds on people's yards. People were cutting through people. They see an opening on a road, they get their truck and they turn off, go through the ditch and go across the road and cut across. And so tomorrow we're actually going to consider revoking. They're going to have a workshop and just say, here's what's happening, here's what's going on. And so they're going to need to, the biggest problem is they sell tickets and you can use them any weekend, any of the, whatever, 13 or 15 days. It's a big window. And by the time it gets down to the last 3 weekends, last like 15 days, people look at those tickets and they're time bound. So, and they're worth $25 a piece. So they think they got to go. And that's, if they went the first 3 weekends, you could walk around, you could get a turkey leg without having to wait an hour or two. So anyhow, so that's what's going on. It's, and you know, we hate to lose because we get a half-cent sales tax on a lot of dollars that flow through that place. So
Like for the transportation.
Yeah.
Those dollars have been used for.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, over the, yeah, so 10 years, yeah, it's been millions of dollars actually. We turn into other things, but something's got to change. They're blocking off businesses and stuff out there, so it's a bad deal.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that's all I have tonight.
Thanks, Tom.
Yep. All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anybody else for open forum tonight?
My assistant will be handing out some maps to see. I'm getting the handle on this.
Oh, with the, I think three meetings in a row now.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah, you
right,
should be
yes.
getting about comfortable at that microphone up there, huh?
Almost now.
Yeah.
I'm getting it down, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Okay, what's being handed out now is this, once again, is addressing some concerns about the Summergate.
Before you do begin, I do need you to state your name and
Oh,
address.
sorry.
Please. Thank you.
Pete Thieberath.
Yep.
I reside at 7400 165th Street East. What you have, what was just handed out to you is an exhibit showing the wetland area that's located in the proposed Summergate development. And then also to, as an attachment to that is the wetland classification code interpretation for what those numbers you see on there for like that PMI 1A, PEMI tells you what the different letters stand for as far as that code. One of the concerns, or some of the concerns we have in regards to the development, is the wetland and the fen status for the area. The fen, for an education here, is a peat forming wetland that relies on groundwater input and years to develop. And fens cannot be easily restored if they're destroyed. So there's a concern that we have to make sure that there's nothing in that area and that wetland that needs to be there. We have the concern of where is the current runoff and where would it go if the development goes through. Also too, is the developer required to keep the same square footage of wetlands that currently exist? And then if they do, can they be moved to somewhere else on the property? And then another concern is, does the DNR need to be aware of flooding and fan concerns? There was one item when I was looking at the map. It's all kind of color coded that it shows on the side here what the different color codings is. And then this one definitely is what they call a seasonally flooded basin or flat. And up north of us, especially in the Savage area, you can see that there are other wetland areas that are similar to what's being shown in that red square, which is where the development is being proposed. If you look at the shaded areas or the yellow areas up there further north, notice that the development based on the address points or the housing dots that are on there are not as heavily occupied as other parts of the map. So even in other areas, there's not a heavily concentrate of housing and the type of wetland areas that's very similar to what we're looking at in this proposed development. So it's one of the many concerns that we have. And as someone who's close to this area, and according to the map, I have a little bit of a wetland in my own backyard. So I have to take care of that too. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Pete. Anybody else for open forum tonight? Okay, with that, we'll close open forum. No public hearings tonight. We'll go down to general business. Number one, the Fox preliminary plat and final plat.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At the Planning Commission meeting that was immediately previous to this meeting, they did recommend approval of the preliminary plat and final plat, but they did add one condition that was already included in the draft resolution that was in the consent agenda packet. So that condition, I've worded it as the following. If the Gray Fox Estates monument is located on Lot 1, Block 1, Fox Estate, then the developer shall grant an easement to the Gray Fox Estate Homeowners Association.
Okay, so
Yes, then you'd add that too.
same resolution. We just need to add that to that condition to the resolution.
Correct.
Okay, no other changes.
No other changes.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on that, or no? Somebody ready to make a motion for that to approve resolution 2022-31?
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Al. Anybody want a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Leroy. So we have a motion, a second to approve resolution 2022-31, the Fox Estate preliminary plat and final plat, with a condition that if the monument lands upon if the Gray Fox monument lands upon this property, that they shall dedicate an easement for that part. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Council member liaison updates and council member reports. Anybody have anything for tonight? No. Okay. We'll move on to approved claim listings, and tonight we have a transfer. Okay. How much do you need to transfer?
We need to transfer 40,000 from savings to checking. We have a balance of 137,373.23, and the claims tonight are 127, and we have some outstanding checks.
Okay.
40,000.
Yes.
Mayor, I'll make that motion.
All right, Leroy.
I'll second.
Thank you, Brent. The motion is second to transfer $40,000 from savings to checking and approve the claims for $127,634. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Motion to adjourn. Thank you, Andrew.
Second.
Thank you, Brent. Motion is second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed?